The Milwaukee Bucks control the tip. To Lopez. From the outside, no good.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
I think the defender had absolutely zero chance on that play.
Adetokunbo to Middleton. Oh, with the foul, and a chance coming up at the line.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Giannis Adetokunbo. He's got 2 shots coming. A career 74% free throw shooter. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. Nice finish at the rim.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Bledsoe with it up top. Just underway. Happier with us for game 2. Bucks recover. Lopez. Short jumper stays out. Bulls with the basketball. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Middleton to Adetokunbo. And strokes it.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Carter to Markkanen. To Wendell Carter. Scores from the post.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Giannis with it up top. 5-point game. To Middleton. Adetokunbo. They'll get it down low to Lopez. To Bledsoe. The jumper's off the mark.
Woo, I like that intensity on that play. That's how you actually dig in the dirt and do your job on the defensive end.
Time to shuffle things up. Giannis Adetokunbo trying to cash in on the 3-point play. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. Levine. The pass set it all up.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Bledsoe to Middleton. Too much contact, and free throws coming.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
First try at the line, no good. Knocks down the second after missing the first. To Lopez. Giannis Adetokunbo pins it. Tough make through traffic.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Giannis in control of the basketball. 12-6 our score. To Middleton. Here comes the screen. Adetokunbo to Lopez. Oh, Carter with the rejection. They'll recover. 4 to shoot.
Oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Okay, they're lucky they get the ball back. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Bledsoe. 24-second violation. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Antetokounmpo. Baseline drive. Robin Lopez. Tips it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Stuffs it down with authority. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
To Wendell Carter. Wendell Carter powers it through. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
Antetokounmpo to Bledsoe. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Chicago basketball. Giannis Antetokounmpo with the block.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Probing the defense. Robin Lopez with a piece.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Zach LaVine doing what he does best. Now a whistle. And we'll get a timeout called by Milwaukee as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play. Changes coming from both sides right now. Antetokounmpo to George Hill. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim, short.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Porter. To Wendell Carter. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
As a player, there's nothing better than coming out in the first quarter and playing exactly the same way you played the last couple of days of practice. You're moving the ball, you're capitalizing on mistakes, and you really built a nice lead.
Driving right to the basket. Right down the lane, but the shot won't go.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Rises for the slam.
That's called a grown man play, Ed. Someone's trying to get featured on SportsCenter tonight.
Giannis for two. Gets a look. Can't hit. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
Whew, I don't think anyone saw this one coming, but it looks like they're trying to send a message. Look into their eyes. They're laser focused. They're playing as if this game is tied.
To Hill. Middleton. Giannis Antetokounmpo. 3 for 4. Good start.
Finally something goes their way. I don't think I need to tell you, but this has been a disaster of a first quarter. They just need somebody to get hot, and then they need to come together as a team and get a few stops.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Bucks at the controls. Antetokounmpo to DiVincenzo. And finishes strong. Jay, perhaps that's a start.
Those kind of plays get me fired up. That's a momentum play. They look lifeless here in the first quarter, but a dunk like that can get your team going in the right direction.
Cashes in for 2.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
To Porter. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Showing you why he belongs here in this league with the best of the best. Efficient scoring out of the rookie here tonight.
To DiVincenzo. And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
First one, count it. Goes 2 for 2. Bulls with it. They'll get it down low to Lopez. Robin Lopez missed his first. That one goes.
And see, this is simple. This is where the PG pulls the bigs over to the side and says, we can't allow that to happen. You need to be an enforcer down low.
To Adetokunbo. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Free throw's good to cap off the three-point play as they draw a tiny bit closer. To Lopez. Robin Lopez, 2 for 3 now here in the first.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Bulls with the rock. To Wendell Carter. Yes, and a foul. They'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
DiVincenzo to Adetokunbo. DiVincenzo to Adetokunbo. Slam dunk. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
He wants it at the rim and scores.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
Knocked loose. And that one out of bounds off a buck. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. To Lopez. Brook Lopez able to recover with the block. That's his third block this evening.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Robin Lopez. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
Old school equals high percentage.
It's Chicago ball. So important to take care of the basketball. Easy two on the other end after the turnover. They cannot be stopped right now.
Sometimes your opponent is not even in the game from the start. That's the way you run the floor, and you put the pressure on them right away in the first quarter.
Adetokunbo. To DiVincenzo. The Bucks with 4 to shoot. 4-3. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Stuffs it down with authority.
Hey, look, this is a new wave. If a young cat catches you sleeping on the wrong night, it's definitely going to get 1 million+ views the next day.
To DiVincenzo. Big finish at the rim.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Brook Lopez, huge block.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Add 2 points to the board.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Desperation shot here from half court. We've reached the end of the first quarter here in game number 2. We're back with more after this. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you. And Bledsoe to George Hill. There's a pass stolen by Chicago.
Keep your foot on the gas, but don't get too reckless.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Off the assist.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
To Lopez. That's no good. To Porter. To the rim, lays it up and in.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Lopez to Brogdon. To Bledsoe. For 3. That's off the side of the rim, short. To Wendell Carter. Layup goes down. Well done.
And I'll never forget one of my first games playing as a rookie with the Bulls. I talked to Steve Nash, and Steve Nash always used to tell me, the more you come out and you get your teammates involved, the easier it will be for you to score down the stretch. Think about it. You come out, you get 7, 8 quick assists, then a ball fake on the next possession. He bit, easy layup.
Nikola Mirotic, a couple of free throws on the way. He's struggled so far. Knocks down the first. Able to convert on both free throws. To Wendell Carter. And the rebound taken by Lopez. Milwaukee with the basketball. To Lopez. Bledsoe. To Hill. Fires the 3. That no good. Off the mark. Fakes. Drives to the rim and scores. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Markkanen. To Porter. Otto Porter. 3 for 3 in this first half.
And when people talk about vision, people usually talk about the vision to make the pass. But how about seeing the chaos and the traffic before the pass even occurs. That's next level vision. How can I catch people out of position defensively? That's what we saw in that last possession.
Chicago with the possession. To Wendell Carter. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To Lopez. To George Hill. To Brogdon. Down low to Mirotic. Shot from in close, no good. To Wendell Carter. And counted at the rim.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
Bledsoe to Hill. Down low to Mirotic. Hill. Still hasn't hit from deep in the first half. No good. To Markkanen. Tough make through traffic.
It has been. The passing has been great, but the precision of the passing has been next level. Every pass has been delivered right in the pocket, ready for the player to either shoot or dunk the ball.
Here comes the screen. Brogdon. Return label included.
The offense might want to adjust here. That's his fourth block of the evening.
Carter. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Bledsoe with the basketball. Down a bundle. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
When I played, and I see guys do this all the time, when you shoot, the target isn't the basket. The target is actually before you even go into the shot. The target are your hands defensively. If your hands are down and you give me clear vision towards the bucket, that shot's definitely going in.
The Bucks at the controls. Bledsoe to Brogdon. Takes stock of the floor to Lopez. Hill. He still can't find his range from deep. It's no good. He gets it.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
To George Hill. Bledsoe, down low to Mirotic. Not that time. To Markkanen. All by himself. Creates his own shot there.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Bledsoe with it up top. His guys down big. To Lopez. On the shot clock for Milwaukee. Has a chance, unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul. They'll let one fly from half court. We've reached halftime here in Game 2. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to G.
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
Lays it up and in.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Antetokounmpo to Lopez. The Bucks with 4 to shoot. Trying to cash in. Deep 2 there. Won't go. The follow won't go either. To Porter. Markkanen. To Wendell Carter. Zach LaVine. Very efficient and making an impact. He's 3 for 3.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks to the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Free throw up and good. It's a three-point play, but a rare spot as they continue to trail big. To Wendell Carter. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
To Brogdon. And he finishes at the rim.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Leaves his man in the dust and finishes at the rim.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Oh, had him going there for a second. Zach LaVine sends it away. 4th this contest.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Bulls have it. To Markkanen. And a chance coming up at the line.
I don't know, Ed. Maybe there's a long-term play here. But next game, we're going to be aggressive early. Maybe.
Lauri Markkanen at the line for 2 shots. A career 84% free throw shooter. Second one's good. Splits the pair. Giannis with it up top. He'll run the offense. To Middleton. Antetokounmpo to Bledsoe. Wide open look, won't go. To Wendell Carter. Stuffs it down with authority.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Middleton to Antetokounmpo. Deep left corner. Bledsoe to Lopez. Just off the mark. To Wendell Carter. Nice pace, sets it up and slams it down. Now the Bucks gonna signal for a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this 3rd quarter. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Antetokounmpo to Lopez. To Antetokounmpo. To Wendell Carter. Here's a chance from long range. Bucks have the rebound. Hill into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Knocked loose. Chicago possession. Zach LaVine. That's how it's done. He's 4 for 4 in the game.
A two-time dunk champion. I love watching Zach LaVine play. But you can't become obsessed with just attacking the rim. You have to continue to expand your game and really give Chicago that lead guard that they haven't had since D. Rose.
Oh, emphatic slam.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
That's a turnover. It goes the other way. It's a big finish.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
To Middleton. Antetokounmpo to Hill. Lets it fly from long range. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Porter to Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine doing what he does best.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Antetokounmpo to George Hill. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Bulls with the basketball to Markkanen. Markkanen slams it down.
The 7th pick overall, Lauri Markkanen had an exquisite rookie season. Ending the year, all-rookie first team. Even executive VP John Paxson of the Bulls organization referred to him as the cornerstone of the franchise.
Antetokounmpo goes to the right side. To Antetokounmpo. The screen sets him up for 2.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
To Markkanen. From long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Now ready with a couple of free throws.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's got 2 shots coming. Right now shooting 62% in this one. And he connects on the first free throw. So he hits the first, misses the second. Doesn't have the touch. No good. To Antetokounmpo. Middleton. Knocked loose. That's out of bounds off a ball. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. DiVincenzo. Antetokounmpo. Open look. It's rebounded by the Bulls. To Markkanen. Here's Lopez. Down low. Robin Lopez. He's now 4 for 6.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Antetokounmpo. Over to the right side. To Antetokounmpo. Has a look. Wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look.
I remember my high school coach said 1 man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
To Lopez. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul. Bucks basketball. Knocked loose. And that one out of bounds off a Buck. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Bledsoe to Adetokunbo. Fires the three. Not that time. He misses. To Markkanen. Almost. Unlucky bounce. Bledsoe to Adetokunbo. Lauri Markkanen sends it away.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency.
Stuffs it down with authority.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Markkanen snatching it out of the air.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Dunn to Markkanen. Oh, bad pass, and the Bucks have it. Adetokunbo to Middleton. Oh, bad pass, and the Bulls have it. The drive, right to the basket. Right down Broadway, 4-2.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Giannis Adetokunbo knocks it down off the step back.
Ooh, is there a medic in the house? You need to get those ankles retaped ASAP.
To Markkanen. And the basket good at the rim.
This is where I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Greek Freak for 2. The rebound cleared by the Bulls. To Markkanen. Going a launch beyond the arc. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Adetokunbo to Brogdon. Driving right to the basket. Nearing impossible. No getting through.
5, and that's 5 blocks tonight.
Oh, nice find for the basket.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. To Wendell Carter. Beyond the arc for 3. Knocks it down. Defender has to get there next time.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Adetokunbo to Bledsoe. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's rebounded by Chicago. To Chris Dunn. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Lauri Markkanen swats it. Ooh, 5 now. Now a steal by Milwaukee.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you'll be able to stop a great passing team.
Antetokounmpo to Middleton. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Levine to Chris Dunn. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Brogdon to Antetokounmpo. Deep two there, won't go. Oh, bad pass, and the Bucks have it. Whoa, Chris Middleton. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Malcolm Brogdon rejects it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
To Wendell Carter. And he's going to the line to shoot.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
Giannis Antetokounmpo. A couple of free throws on the way. At this juncture, he's shooting 60% from the line. Nope, first one does not go. Good bounce back. Hits the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. Chicago basketball. To Markkanen. Wendell Carter powers it through. Jay, that's been the story this evening.
I mean, another one? Another dunk? Another easy possession? I mean, how demoralizing can this be for the team? Why am I the only one yelling? I don't see anybody on the bench yelling. I don't see anybody on the court even angry right now.
Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper won't go down.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
To Bledsoe. To Antetokounmpo. Slams it down, and there was no stopping him that time.
Clean up in aisle 4. Repeat, clean up in aisle 4. If there's anyone from the weak side that wants to participate in this game defensively, please raise your hand.
Down the lane to lay it in.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot in.
Bledsoe with the basketball. Down a bundle. Giannis shoots. Porter grabs the board.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
Bucks at the controls. Stuffs it down with authority. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
Nice pass to get things going.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end When there is a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Time for some new personnel into the game. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way.
Let's just let the clock run out. We got to get out of here. I got a dinner to go to.
To Porter. Count the basket inside.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Giannis Antetokounmpo at the line for 2 shots. He's shooting 58% in this contest. First try, no good. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Bulls with it. Dunn. Sizing up the defense to Chris Dunn. Carter. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Bledsoe shot off the mark. The Bulls take this one. They'll take a commanding 2-0 lead into Game 3 of this 5.
And that does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining.